Okay. So once again, I'm doing an impromptu live. So I don't know if anybody's going to see this or come on. It's okay if you don't and if you see it later. But yesterday, I was seeing that I was noticing that there were a lot of people who seem to be struggling a little bit at the moment. And so I just wanted to come on and offer some support. Uh, if you are seeing this and you want to comment that you're here, please do. Um, it's 8 o'clock here in Spain, 8 p.m. and 7 p.m. in the UK and 2 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. So if you are around, let me know. And if not, I'm just going to do some general stuff and then you can watch it later at your leisure. Um, so yeah, um, it seems like people are going through a lot of different struggles right now. People feeling like having health issues. A couple of people have been having pain in different forms. Um, so there's that's happening. And then there seems to be a lot of fatigue, including with myself. I've been feeling very, very tired. And apparently yesterday we were just being bombarded with solar flares and so on. So today's a good day to kind of just rest, which I allowed myself to do yesterday. And I think it's really important that when you can let yourself rest, that you do, that it's not, being lazy if your body's just telling you to rest. We have to listen to our bodies. We have to tune in. And so many people are in the midst of a lot of changes and shifts of all different types, including myself. And we're about also getting ready to start a Mercury retrograde. That's coming up on the 13th. So it looks like it's an exciting time to be around. And, been people having, as I said, health issues, legal issues, bouts of depression, and so on. So this is for you if you need that kind of support. So if you are watching here live and you have any kind of question or issue that you would like me to address, please just pop it into the comments and write whatever question you have or topic that you would like some guidance around, and I'll be happy to tune in for you and see if I can help you with that. But first I want to do just kind of a general reading. I'm using, I don't know, I think I'm going to use this deck, um, the Ascended Masters deck. I don't always use this deck, but it's calling to me today, so that'll be nice. All right, so I think I have too many windows open. I always have too many windows open. So yeah, if you're watching, let me know if you have any comments. Okay. All right, so let me start with the general reading. So for whoever's watching this now or in the future, what message does Spirit have? What do you most need to know today? What guidance will benefit the most people at this point? This is interesting. I love this card. Infinite supply and the goddess Sedna. And this is, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. This card actually came up for me the other day. Well, not for me. No, I was doing a reading for someone else, and that card popped out. So this is clearly wanting to be seen, which I think is very interesting. So Sedna, where is she? Where are you, Sedna? Oh, this is interesting. She's actually in the wrong deck. She's actually in the goddess deck, and somehow she got mixed up and she was in my Ascended Masters deck. I don't know how that happened. Okay, that's funny. All right, so I guess I need to be using the goddess deck. And I guess that card really wanted to come out. Oh, that's hilarious. That's never happened before. Because I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. The cards, the way the cards are set up are different. So I'll read this message and then I'll just see what comes through. Well, I mean, this card is about, it could be seen as a card of abundance. But it's more than abundance. It's about like the tuning into the endless and the infinite flow of all creation, of all that is. So it's not about, it's not just about like money and stuff like this. It's about that everything is available to you in an infinite supply. And so what she says, according to this is an abundant universe filled with more than enough for everyone. Yet the energy format of this planet is about polarities. In this instant, it's about giving and receiving. The key is to balance the two. If you only give, you'll feel drained, resentful, and experience lack. If you only receive, you won't enjoy what you have. Balance comes from fearlessly giving as you're guided, and then receiving with joy and gratitude. It's like breathing. Both the inhale and the exhale are identically important. Practice giving and receiving daily, and you'll never want for anything. And I feel like this has a lot to do with the new earth and the new way of doing things that is actually coming into being with all of the planetary activity that's been happening with the solar flares and everything. We are shifting into a new way of being, one in which giving and receiving is more balanced, one in which it's not about the 99% versus the 1%, because they are disappearing. We are shifting that paradigm. So I'm feeling like this card is really reminding us that things are changing and we're going to experience a really huge shift going forward. And I don't know if everybody's really ready for that. And it could be a bit scary for people. So as like the old systems start to break down, the ones that we're familiar with, right? And when you're familiar with something, it's comfortable for you, right? But this is pushing us so far out of our comfort zone when systems that we've lived with our entire life start falling apart. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you can message me and I can explain that a bit. When these systems start to crumble and fall apart, that can be frightening for people. And their so-called security seems to be taken away from them. But this is saying that no, you are supplied for. You have to remember that we live in a universe of endless abundance. We just have to tune into it and remember it, and remember that we are going to be taken care of. We are going to be provided for. So it's about getting out of fear and not being in fear. of what the future is going to bring us, no matter what things may look like on the surface. And that's really key at this time, is to not focus on the surface of how things appear, but look at what's really happening, what's really going on. So let's say like you lose your job, or your investments, tank, and or your bank goes, falls, and all that kind of stuff, right? Or your retirement account, suddenly you don't have these things. This is what this is um, telling you, not to go into fear or panic, because there is an infinite supply. So um, there's no such thing as there isn't enough to go around. There's more than enough. And that's just tuning into the rhythm of the cosmos, really. And I know it's easier said than done, you know. I know sometimes we know this, but practicing it can be a bit challenging. But this is just a reminder for you about that. Okay, and then I want to see if there's another card. So let me know in the comments if that resonates with you. What else do we need to know right now? I feel like we're just going to be pulling cards. This one. Focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths. Yeah. We beat ourselves up so much, right? We always, oh, I should be doing more of this. I'm not good enough at this. And I should be, I'm not, and that doesn't serve anyone, right? Focusing on your weaknesses or what you lack and so on is not serving you in any way. But I think if we take some time every day appreciating ourselves, appreciating the things that we often take for granted about, ourselves, who we are, what we are, I think that's something that could be a really good exercise to try every day. Appreciating even the things in your body that work properly. So let's say you're facing some health issues, right? Maybe your body's not working the way you would like it to, or that you think it should, or the way it's designed to. Instead of focusing on all the ways in which your body is not working well or properly, maybe try looking at how your body is working, what things are working. So let's say you're having problems with your lower back. You have lower back pain, and it's preventing you from maybe doing the yoga that you want to do, or running or something like that. Okay, so maybe focus on the other things. If your lungs are healthy and working properly, and you're breathing well, if your stomach is digesting your food well, I think like we need to send appreciation to our bodies for all the things that it does for us. People often they beat themselves up for not being their ideal weight or all that kind of stuff. Well, maybe start thanking your body for all the things it does right. I always thank my body for running well and keeping me healthy. I so appreciate my body for keeping me healthy, and for just the way it works so beautifully and does what it's supposed to do. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate that my limbs, get me from A to B, that I can walk and so on. And if you have some challenges in that area, like I said, focus on the things that do work well in your body. So focusing, on the things that are working. This is law of attraction, right? I mean, my father, when he was used to being very, very healthy all of his life, and then he had Parkinson's. And he was so focused on how his body wasn't working and what he was losing and everything. And what it did, I know, I know what this did was it made the degeneration happen more rapidly. He was so focused on what wasn't working. And so I really do believe when it comes to health matters and physical matters, that focusing on what works properly is far more beneficial than anything else. Um, and then outside of things about your body, um, like let's say you want a partner in your life, you're looking for a romantic partner, and you don't have one, and you're focusing on that lack, right? Well, maybe focus on the other things. Focus on your relationship with yourself and what's so great about that. Focus on your friendships, your family relationships that are good, right? And then within yourself, everyone has their strengths. Everyone has the things that they're good at. Um, and sometimes we don't even really see how good we are at something. I know, like the way I was brought up, I wasn't really brought up to see my strengths. And it wasn't until I met a wonderful friend of mine who's become a very dear person to me, true soul family. And I remember the first time she said to me, "You're amazing. You're so knowledgeable, you know." And I was like, "What? What are you even talking about?" And seeing myself through her eyes was a revelation. So this says this card reminds you to focus upon your strengths and not upon any perceived weaknesses. Your strengths could include your loving heart, pure intentions, people skills, hobbies, or something that you excel in. Even if your talents still need polishing, there are strengths and assets. The more you bless and appreciate your strengths, the stronger they'll grow. If you focus upon so called weaknesses, they will grow. Right? This card comes to you as a reminder of the importance of viewing yourself with compassion and love. Anytime you find yourself thinking or feeling poorly about yourself, focus upon your strengths instead. And this is also, this is more law of attraction stuff. And, where we place our attention and our focus, that's what we're going to get more of, right? And again, that could be challenging sometimes, but we just have to do our best, right? That's all that's ever asked of us, is to do our best. Look, I want to pull one more card. One more card for the collective. I always like to pull cards at threes. One more card. Is this the one? Yes. Open your heart to love. Doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. Open your heart to love. And I feel like this, this is similar in a way to the previous card. Focus on your strengths. This is, to me, about self-love. And I've been guided today to wear my rose quartz, which is also in this bracelet. And I put on an oil today, an essential oil that's called self-love. And I think this is what this is all about, is to really love ourselves, right? It's easier to love other people most of the time, isn't it? You know? And then so often we think, oh, if I love myself, then I'm an ego or I'm arrogant or something. No, you have to love yourself first before you can truly give and serve others. That's a lesson that I've been working on. It's not easy for those of us who are healers and givers, right? Putting ourselves first, but like to open our hearts to the beautiful beings that we are, and to see ourselves as we are seen by spirit. If we could see, if you could see yourself the way you are seen by spirit or God or whatever word you like to use, you would be amazed at how beautiful you are. The I don't know if you can see this is Jesus, Master Jesus, whom is the representation of love. Everything you desire and every prayer that you seek comes as a result of opening your heart to both sending and receiving love. Your heart is the gateway of receptivity. It is the answer to every question you have about your love life, relationships, health, life purpose, and so forth. The more you allow yourself to love, the greater depth and meaning your life holds. Yeah. And this is a really good time to be doing any kind of energy work on around this issue, and including in your heart chakra. So, I just realized I put on pink. I didn't even plan that or do it on purpose, but I was like, I'm going to put on my pink scarf. So, the color of unconditional love. So just going to do a quick energy thing, a mini healing for our heart chakras. And this is for anyone watching now or in the future. So I invite you to close your eyes and focus in on your breath and visualize yourself breathing in and out through your heart chakra. In and out, in and out. And I'm seeing the heart chakra sort of covered in a layer of gunk. So let's allow that gunk to just melt away. And let it drain out through your chakra system into Mother Earth. And in the heart chakra, I'm seeing there's like some sort of object in there that doesn't belong there. I'm going to remove it. It's almost like a razor blade. This represents all the times we cut ourselves with the words we use about ourselves or the thoughts we have about ourselves. This is self-harm. Let's remove that tendency towards self-harm with our words and thoughts about ourselves that are not loving. This is not a behavior that serves us in any way. So, I want you to be very mindful of how you think about yourself and speak about yourself in the coming days, hours, days, weeks. Maybe even keep a journal about this. Yeah. Practice speaking about yourself and to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love very, very much. Right? Just allow that razor blade thing to clear, that self-harming to clear. We don't need that. It's been pulled out. And then let's just allow the heart to fill from within with a beautiful pink, rosy pink light that has some gold in it, rose gold light. Allow it just to fill the heart. This beautiful transformational light that knocks out anything in your heart chakra that is not of 100% unconditional self-love and love for all beings, because you don't need anything like that in your heart. Just allow it to expel out. And then that pink gold light begins to spread throughout your entire chest and abdomen and body, and radiates outwards from you until it surrounds you with a field, seeing it like an egg, of this rose gold light, like a soft cloud. And I'm feeling Mother Mary energy coming through in Kuan Yin, giving you this very tender, loving, unconditional love energy. And this is something you can visualize at any time. Anytime you feel that you've been beating yourself up, you can just go into your heart center and expel anything out of it that's not of unconditional love for yourself and others. And then just visualize this rose gold light growing, growing, and spreading and clearing out everything. This is how we can become our own healers. We have it within us. Going into your center and exploding anything out that's not ours. That's a very powerful healing technique. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you found this helpful. I know nobody was watching this live. It's okay. You'll watch it when you watch it, and you'll get from it what you get from it. It's all good. So let me know when you watch the replay, if you can put hashtag replay and anything that you felt or experienced during this. Anything that came up for you, let us know. Let me know. And yeah, remember to be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself with love and compassion and kindness. Know that you are very beloved by Source, by God, by your guides, right? That you're worthy of abundance, that you're worthy of having all your needs met, that you're perfect just the way you are, that you have so many beautiful things about you to celebrate. So, yeah. So happy Saturday, happy 2nd of December, and see you next time. Bye.